Welcome back, my name is Carrie, and today I've got the very first look in the world at a prefab home you'll be able to buy in exactly 1 month. I've been following the latest and greatest in the prefab home industry, and usually that means a lot of renderings. I figured eventually companies would move from concept to prototype and prototype to production unit, and when the time came, I'd check back with the companies I'd been following. Well, the time has come for a company I've been excited about, so I decided to make a trip over to see their facility and new steel frame modular in person. Earlier this week, I ditched my slippers for my once white off-white shoes and headed out to see a brand new modular home that's been on my radar for almost a year now. When you live in a cold climate, there's nothing quite like getting a break from winter. However, this was the first time I've taken a winter trip somewhere colder than I already live. Weather aside, let me tell you, after seeing what they're doing, how they're doing it, and the price point they're gonna hit, it was well worth the trip. The company I'm talking about is called Metaligna, with their steel frame modular that will be available in exactly 1 month. What I'm going to do is tell you about the company, show you their prototype, and get into the pricing. Metaligna is a construction company that took possession of a new-to-them factory a little over a year ago and hit the ground running. They're led by a team with extensive experience in construction, with a total of 9 years combined experience, innovative manufacturing, construction, and sustainable building. The space they purchased to set up shop is 175,000 square feet, so they've got room to grow within their current space. But to give you an idea of some of the plans they have for the company going forward, they also purchased 45 acres across the street that will eventually be home to a purpose-built factory when their first factory hits capacity. By combining the precision of steel and the flexibility of wood, their plan is to create truly great structures that are a faster, easier, and more affordable alternative to traditional construction. With the influx of new companies in the space, one of the battles I'm constantly fighting in the comments is whether or not homes will actually be available for purchase anytime soon, and I'm happy to announce that's a non-issue here. This is a company that started building shortly after taking possession of their factory. The first fully finished products they offered were park models that they've been shipping to both the United States and Canada. But before I get into that, I need to talk about how they're building. Metaligna is building all of their units with a steel frame produced by their FrameCAD machine, a process that is seriously impressive to see in person. What makes the FrameCAD system special is it's the only industry cold form steel system that combines both engineering and design software in one easy to use package. Just a few of the benefits of building their construction process around the FrameCAD machine include reduced engineering time, lower construction costs, and an accelerated construction timeline. The way these things work is the design for the frame of the home is digital, and every piece is produced not only to the perfect length, but with any cuts for things like electrical taken care of. In fact, the pieces come out of the FrameCAD machine with everything done and cut right down to the screw holes. Talk about simplifying the building process. Everything they're building, including their park models, are built with steel, and they had a finished unit I was able to walk through to give people an idea of what they're doing and prove, yes, this company is building homes that you can buy now. The model I went through is called the Brook. It has a monoslope roof, giving it an awesome modern look, complete with a huge window on the end of the home. So far, I was told this has been their most popular floor plan, with the living room on the end, followed by the kitchen, and finally 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. The front of the home has a sliding glass door that enters in line with the kitchen, then the living room is off to the right. The kitchen has a peninsula coming off the far wall, giving it a bit of separation from the living room. If it were my unit, I'd probably can the kitchen table altogether and just throw some bar stools up to the counter like they've done here. The Brook felt quite spacious. When I mentioned that, they said it was a result of being able to shrink the frame because of the lighter weight of the steel. The height saved can then be added into the interior space, and it was a noticeable addition to the overall feel inside the unit. Park models look great, but they were 2 days into the build of their prototype modular that I think people are going to be fired up about. What they're working on is a small footprint modular called the Piccolo that will be heading over to the Ottawa Home Show at the end of March, with a floor plan that to me makes a lot of sense. I did a video that mentioned the original design in May of 2022, but they've made some adjustments to the plan. It was smart to take a little bit of time to get the design right rather than punt it into production, because what they've got here is a well thought out layout. In comparable size, a lot of companies are building a studio space, but this is going to give buyers a little bit of separation. I always like to think about how I would personally use a space, and I think it would be nice to have somewhere to go look at the back of your eyelids that's not also where you spend most of your daytime hours. In a studio, the problem I would likely have trying to exist where I sleep and sleep where I exist is a fear that the line would become fuzzy on when to keep my eyes open and when to let them close. The thing is, I like to sleep, and if it's too readily available, all of a sudden my days and nights are flipped, like the time my friend Dirt McGirt came back from Korea. It's a slippery slope. The way they have the Piccolo set up is with the living space at the end, kitchen to one side in line with a bathroom, and call it a bedroom space at the other end. What I like about this again is that separation and being able to go to a bedroom space to sleep and having the living space for during the day. Even though they're projecting the home to be finished in approximately 2 weeks, they've got renderings of what it's going to look like, and I think people are going to like it. It's got a peaked roof with windows on 2 sides of the home for natural light. The reason for this is if used as an accessory dwelling unit, it can be tucked into a back corner of the lot without lot line facing window placements affecting setbacks. There's a sliding glass door on one end of the home into a living room and a second access through a side door. The living room flows into the kitchen and finally into the bedroom space at the other end of the home. The bathroom is accessed through either a pocket door on the living room side or a pocket door on the bedroom area side. The home is almost a hybrid of a 1-bedroom and a studio since it doesn't have full separation of the bedroom, and I think it's going to be cool. I had a chance to catch up with the CTO of the company to find out a bit more about who they are, who this was designed for, and where to be available. Here's what he had to say. I'm here with Tony. Tell me a little bit about your background in construction.
I'm a construction brat. I've been my family company is a little over 67 years old. I've been growing up in construction, so I've done this and steel stud framing my whole life.
We've got the new small footprint modular home behind us you guys have been working on. What market is this going after?
So we're going after the accessory dwelling market, but we're also going after the bigger overarching market of modular homes. This can be used as a single dwelling, and we have other models that are coming out. We have 4 models, and they can also be used as a regular home.
Okay. And this is the prototype unit that's going to be at the Ottawa Home Show, so people can actually buy this exact unit, is that right?
Yes.
And it's going to be on sale when is that show?
So the show is at the end of March. The exact date is the 23rd to the 26th of March. This home here, we're doing an introductory price of $100,000 with some really high-end finishes in it and some it's completely curated design.
And once the factory, once you get the prototype figured out, get it exactly dialed how you want it, how many of these are you going to be building over the course of a year?
So the goal is to do 2 a week to start off and ramp up production as we get the manufacturing process down. We have the capacity to go for more in our warehouse, and if we can and we have the demand, we will.
What markets are you going to be serving with these small footprint modulars?
So I mean, the easiest access to market is obviously along the 401 corridor that we have here, but we also have the entire eastern seaboard of the United States that we're aiming for, and they're transportable throughout North America.
I know there's a lot of people looking for accessory dwelling units and small footprint modulars in California. Would you go that far if someone wanted to buy in California?
We would. I know that we're very close code-wise, OBC standard to California, and I know that we do have to adhere to a few little regulations out there. We would definitely produce a California spec if the demand was there.
Going forward, what do you see the future of this company holding?
We have a little bit of an ambitious future that we would like to, move into different locations across Canada and the United States to be able to serve the public at large, to allow us to have shorter delivery times and a little bit better cost savings in that as well.
Okay. And what would you say sets you apart from some of the others that might be in the industry?
I think our construction process, I think the care that we put into the way that our units are built far exceeds everybody else in the construction industry, especially in manufactured homes. I've seen a lot of them, and I've been in a lot of them, and I feel that our process and the way we build them is a lot better.
If someone put in an order for the next home coming out of the factory, one of the modulars, when would they be receiving it, do you think?
So we're planning to scale up for probably end of Q2. Maybe beginning of Q2. We're trying to scale up to that to get all of the other goods that we require to build these at a larger scale. So that's supply chain setups and all that type of stuff. So we're aiming for June, July to be into full production.
And so they would be taking delivery in July?
Yeah, end of July we should be having our first couple of manufactured homes out in July.
And are those going to be at a similar price as the home show unit?
I think that they're going to be slightly above the introductory offer. I think that anybody that wants to take advantage of the introductory offer should.
Okay.
And get in the line, because I do believe that once we do get to the final spec of the unit, I think it's going to be a little bit higher.
Okay, sounds good. Before I wrap this thing up, I am going to touch on their pricing, but keep in mind pricing can and usually does change, but will be accurate at the time of posting the video. Metaligna is located in Ottawa, Ontario, so the prices are listed in Canadian dollars, but I'll post the USD conversion in the corner. The prototype is heading to the home show with a sale price of $100,000, and it sounds like anything after that will be in the $110,000 range, but that's still being ironed out. Metaligna is a prefab home company about to release their small footprint modular to the North American market. They're building with steel coming out of the frame CAD machine to accelerate production while producing an affordable option. The prototype will be revealed and for sale at the Ottawa Home Show on March 23rd, and from what I've seen so far, it's going to be a great option that people are going to be excited about. I've been following this company since last year, and I'm not about to stop now, so check back for updates right here on my YouTube channel. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got new ones coming out every single week. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.